Welcome back, travelers, to Legendary Lore with my laugh-laden lad, Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Hi.
Good job, Joe. We're going to be talking about the second half of Niko Eris's story, the bit that they were given, and specifically the event with Koma. Now, this is opening up right when Niko has crossed from Bredagard into Starnheim, and is experiencing this area for the first time. Of course, being a mortal that has not died yet, they are the first to do this. So let's see how that goes. When Niko arrives, first off, they notice that they're on a plank of wood, like a dock, and all around them is this black, endless sea off into one distance and a beautiful landscape to the other. Now, the air is not cold. There is no snow. It is they describe it as perfect tournament weather. And it is what it is. It's just a nice place to live. It's the top of the world tree. There's just light everywhere. There's not darkness but it's not like an oppressive light. It's just a comfortable place to be. There's warmth. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's exactly what you want. And there's of course the Hall of Starnheim, and there's the sounds of music and laughter, and you can just smell the food cooking. It's just a great place all around, and so obviously Niko walks towards it. And so as they go into this area, they see it's just like a super long table, like an endlessly long table, and there's a bunch of dead guys at it. Of course, they don't look dead. They're these warriors. They're the champions from across time, and they're all just drinking, laughing, fighting.
Keep on fighting till the end.
Yeah, exactly.
They are the champions.
That they already died, so there is no end, and they're just enjoying themselves. And like they'll take turns talking about their stories. Like they'll just say whatever they want, and then they have this like the special flagon. It's actually Burgies, I believe. Where you just like you say something into it, like you grab it, and then you ask for more drink, and it fills with drink, and you drink it. And it's whatever your favorite alcoholic beverage is.
I like this drink. Another,
yeah, pretty much exactly like that. Oh well, apparently no. It's just everyone has this horn. It says more drink, shouted a wiry warrior with a flame red beard and rust-colored tattoos covering their arms and chest. And it's like, oh, yes, of course. And then they say, of course, what they want, Mjot. And then they shout it into the horn, and it fills up, and it starts spilling out. And they're like, yes! and what's cool is that it's specifically a drink, because obviously they don't have like factories or stuff making their drinks. So every drink is going to taste slightly different. So they're going to have that perfect drink that they remember. And so they, this guy's like, it's wedding mead, a gift from my wife's family. So like, he remembers exactly the moment he drank it, kind of thing. And so they're all there. And then one guy says, Dross, and he yells it into his. He's got this long scar across his face. And this like white and black foam. And they're like, what is that? They're like dragon egg whites whipped into cream infused with herbs and sap resin. And they're like, is that how you died? But like, it's his favorite drink. It's what he enjoys. And so he yells, draws into it, and he got that. And it's really cool to me to see this world unfolding of like, this is just a nonstop party, and they're all happy. This is why they all love to fight. This is why they became warriors. And it's just kind
of their Valhalla.
Yeah, it's Valhalla. It's exactly what it is. It's Valhalla. And
their warrior heaven. It sounds amazing.
Yeah. And so they say like their name, they say greatest name first, and they say their full name. And so the one's like Thura Selren, she of the Beskir clan. And another guy's like Gailair No Breath, he of the Omen Seeker ship Ice Cutter. And then he says, I repelled an entire Skell raid to protect my grandson's family. And so like they all keep saying different things, who they are, what they've done, and sharing things. And then they go, who are you? And Niko takes a swig, and they're like, "I am Niko Eris, they of Meletis, and I am here because I never miss." And so then Niko goes into their tale. They start telling their saga, and kind of like I guess not infecting, proliferating their tale through these people, and they start talking about how they did they had all the jewels, well, I'll just read it. I'll read it how it's said. They said the other three listened while Niko told their tale. The powerful oracle who decreed that Niko would become an unbeatable champion, never miss, never lose. Ceaseless training brought victory, and victory fame, but it was meaningless. What was the point of fate without purpose? At the last Akroan Games, where the jewels of every polis gathered to compete, Niko threw their javelin, spat in the face of destiny, and intentionally lost. And they said, fate itself sent an agent to punish and push me back, to correct the weave I had unraveled, said Niko. What happened then? Asked them. Did you kill the assassin? Asked another. We fought. They had been terrified, desperate. Trapping an agent of fate in a mirror shard was like a child stomping on an adult's toe, more surprise than strategy. Niko's entire being lit up, a lightning rod for something buried deep within. Their destiny was a lie, and they could run anywhere, go anywhere with a thought. They watched Niko put the horn to their mouth and not drink. And that's sticking it to the gods. Knives in the dark won't change the fact that you proved them wrong. So, basically these people immediately just took them in. And there's a giant cat just sitting on top of a thing. And I feel like they put it in there just so they could have that 3/6 cat make sense in the story. The God's Hall Guardian. And so it was the only one that wasn't like a person, so that was why it was interesting for them to see. Then there was a earthquake. But of course, Starnheim is not made of earth. It's literally just like it's heaven. It's a heaven realm. Yeah. And there was an earthquake, and they're like, that's weird. And they look out and they see the stone floor that is the black lake that they have. Above it, what was normally like a really nice area, is now a giant storm. And so things are kind of getting weird. The world tree is shaking. Why is the world tree shaking? And then Niko knows they have to go talk to the Valkyries, right? Mm-hmm. How do you make a good impression on Kaldheim, Joe? How do you get them to listen to you?
You fight them.
Kick the door in, punch one in the face. And so
is that what they did?
Niko kicks the door in and sees that there are a ton of Valkyrie that are just like perched on World Tree branches. And they're all super tall, super striking, got silver, gold, black, bronze, all kinds of fur and stone and amulets and chains. And they're like, okay, maybe I should be a bit more forthcoming with what I want. And then one of them is like, why are you here? Are you lost? Go back, go eat. And they're like, Valkyrie of Starnheim, I am Niko Eris. They go, yes, go on back to the hall. Because their whole point is that they're supposed to get people into the hall, and then leave them there and let them have their eternal party. And
so they're like, more than just knowledge collecting people.
Yeah.
Knowledge is the one we're following.
Yeah. So Niko's basically like, no, wait, I need you guys to listen to me because you're in danger. And they're like, no, you're safe here. Don't worry, everything's okay. Go back, little one. Be brave. You're safe. And Niko's like, what? No, okay, look, I am from Theros, a land that has never heard of you. My name is Niko Eris, and I captured one of you to stop a meaningless death and find a way here. 2 clans of Bertigard pulled their power to bring you a warning. The Cosmos Serpent is coming for you. It will see your hull destroyed, your dead, obliterated, your lake drained to nothing. There will be nothing left of your home but the dregs of a pig's trough. Now, obviously, saying this to a bunch of angels, not the best idea. Not yelling at them like that. Maybe that'd be bad. Maybe it could be bad. unfortunately, right when they're going to be like, I'm going to kill you. Avidir shows up, the Reaper that she had captured, and they're super messed up. They have they're like super angry. Their feathers are all kinds of ruffled. Their hair is disheveled, and they're like, he's like, no, this mortal interrupted everything. They're like, these guys, this thing, this human, they know what they're doing. They're telling you they're telling you the truth. And so basically they're trying to kind of come to a consensus. What do we do? And they're looking at the clouds. They're saying, oh, well, something's probably wrong with them. It's probably because they're just so violent down there, and it's like coming back up here. And they're like, no, they don't have enough strength or anything. The elves aren't going to do anything. Something cracks or something, like nothing bad's going to happen. Then Ritva looks up and it's like, oh, okay. High above them, past the soft serenity of the cloud line, the smooth expanse of twilight began to boil with infection. As if seen through thin ice, glimpses of the realms appeared, sharp and faded. As though dozens of doom scars pressed in on the edges of Starnheim, land and sky met at orthogonal gravities, showing lakes of fire flowing uphill, a long drop onto broken boulders tufted with moss and lichen, and a familiar land under strange skies. This last image swelled, rippled, and tore. At first, it looked like a festering puncture, a congealing length of black blood oozing into reality, but the rivulet tensed and drew back into itself, trunk thickening, skin splitting, and flaking off into the Valkyrie like falling leaves of pure iridescence, each the size of a village. What began as a featureless slug coiled and tensed in the air, bulging and bristling with scales and spikes, the creature solidified into a massive, armored eel, born from the interstices of the cosmos itself. Then there was the sound. The jaw opening, dislocated. Venom-laced teeth, towering spikes glistened against the cyanotic flesh of its maw. Its shriek ripped through the sky, a tortured cacophony of twisted metal, toppled cities, whole worlds ground to rubble. Niko's hands over their ears went numb from fear. Koma, the Cosmos Serpent. Oh yeah. So an omen path just kind of opened up, and Koma's pouring in. Koma is literally an infinite snake. That's why it has the Koma's coils, which are extra heads, basically. That's why you sacrifice one of the tokens to keep the creature indestructible, because they killed that head as a distraction, basically.
Interesting.
Or you sacrifice it so that the head is busy keeping something occupied. That's why it taps it and stops it from using its abilities. It's just this giant serpent. And so as it's coming out, it's just keeps going, and it keeps filling up the thing. It seems like it's going to just fill the place to bursting. And so that all the Valkyrie are like, okay, well, we got to do something. We can't let it harm the people. And others are like, well, we need to run away. And they're like, we're Valkyrie. We don't run away. We kill people that run away. And so Niko says, get me close on the right side or the left side. Make it, I'll make it chase we'll make it chase me. Because I can make it I can make the glimmers of the little shards and distract the creature and make it follow me. And so they do that, and they try that. And once again, there's a ton of stuff to hear. And I'm just going to go ahead and skip through the cool, epic things Niko does for this final bit. Deep azure light radiated from the length of liquid silver. Niko formed into a javelin with a hooked end. Niko forced focus into their grip. They pointed at the base of the serpent's skull, their first target. They throw the javelin to make an anchor, right? Mm-hmm. And they sink it into the beast's flesh. It actually works. They are able to kind of move it slightly. And it's going, and it shatters. There's Valkyries getting attacked. Everything is falling apart. Niko's doing everything they can to save the Valkyries. They're throwing, they'll throw a shard at a Valkyrie right before it goes into the Koma's mouth, and then the shard like keeps moving, and it goes past them, and they miss. They're doing everything they can, and things just continue to like keep amping up, and they keep one-upping because Niko never misses. Everything Niko does is to make sure that other people are safe and that Koma does not wind up destroying everything. So they're keeping them up in the air because Koma's like this giant serpent that doesn't really need to listen to the laws of gravity or existence in general. And so Niko is now on Koma. And like the serpent's like blood is like acid and hitting their armor, and it's like it's burning through and stuff, but like Niko is riding this serpent, doing everything they can. And so Niko's looking around trying to figure out where to send this thing, and sees a portal. And so they try. They say, go. If Evtir blows the horn, the last squad of Valkyries goes like full throttle and draw the serpent towards that portal. And they do it. And as they hurtle toward the ground, as Niko began to fall, after having had all these experiences, to the space between the dock and the blood-black water, the hole in the world began to close. Niko could barely lift their arms. If they threw a mirror now, they knew they'd miss. They almost smiled and made their choice simpler. Niko roared, funneling every ounce of their magic, every drop of strength, the 2 anchor spikes in Koma's skull. The javelins lengthened and Koma felt it. The last Valkyrie died out of the way as Koma's head jerked back, trying to shake free of the needles that crept deeper into its flesh. Koma whipped back to right itself and bashed its face on the edge of the hole. The dock exploded into a mass of planks and torn metal bands. Niko was thrown off. The serpent's stun slipped through. Koma's weight and momentum carried it the rest of the way down through the hole. The Valkyries' black water spilling in after it, hissing over the smears of Koma's acid blood as it fell down through the hole in the world. Niko had almost done it. They'd gotten rid of Koma. Koma was finally done. And the ground they're on begins to crack because they're on the planks. And the planks begin to crumble. And now Niko is falling towards the same place where the Cosmos Serpent was. It was pretty much over. And Niko looks up to Starnheim and thought, wow, I did good. I didn't miss when I needed to. Niko felt colder. Heartrending panic gnawed at the edge of Starnheim's ease. They raised one hand toward the light, every muscle burning, and reached for a mirror. Avtir's hand clamped around their wrist. They were saved by a Reaper. The Reaper they had captured saves them and says your fate isn't decided yet.
That's awesome.
And so, like that, they were able to save Starnheim. They being Niko and their Niners. So, that was specifically Niko's story, where Niko's individual story ends.
So now it doesn't tell you where the main story is, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why. And like, yes, you get a kind of an idea. Somebody tore open holes that allowed Koma to get through, so that means Tybalt's already doing his thing. So he's already causing some mayhem. But yeah, this easily could have happened before Kaya's adventures. But it kind of makes sense with this timeline that I came up with. Just because it fits here. It does fit. It just couldn't fit any later.
Does Niko leak into the main story at all, or are we done with Niko in general?
Niko, yes, Niko will appear. Niko will return. But that does it for this particular episode. What's going to be fun is that next episode is about Tybalt. It's from Tybalt's point of view.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
You guys don't want to miss that. Go ahead and leave a like if you like the video and subscribe to catch the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching.